Trump is calling on Jimmy Kimmel to be fired by ABC due to a joke that he made. I mean, you might have seen this. I mean, what's your take on this?
My view generally is that, of course, political violence should be denounced across the board. It has no place in the United States of America, whether it's directed at the left, the right, or the center. Yeah. Everybody needs to take the temperature down.
So are you telling Jimmy Kimmel he needs to take the temperature down? No, with respect to
Jimmy Kimmel, I haven't seen the comments that prompted Donald Trump to respond, and so...
Kimmel made a joke calling Melania Trump an expectant widow, and this was on last week's show, and now, of course, after what happened this past weekend, Trump is saying he should be fired.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think that Jimmy Kimmel can speak for himself. The notion that Jimmy Kimmel should be fired, I mean, everybody needs to take the temperature down. That includes Republicans and Democrats, people on the left, people on the right, so we can get to a place where we can debate ideas. That's all fine. But this political violence, which we've seen come from all corners, is unacceptable.
But do you think he should apologize then?
You can ask that question of Jimmy Kimmel. I haven't seen the context with which those statements were made, and obviously they were apparently made prior to the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
This whole Jimmy Kimmel situation.
Our First Lady Melania is here. Look at Melania, so beautiful.
Very wild.
Mrs. Trump, you have a glow like an expectant widow.
Kimmel has this go f yourself style.
Look at who we have here, Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller is so racist. The reason he went bald is because his hair was black.
It depends.
Jimmy Kimmel is not funny. And he's got grandchildren. He does have a wife.
You know, these people on ABC have a problem. Yeah, I'm seeing Jimmy's name everywhere on social media. Not only him, cackling The View. This is what they said. According to this tweet, Bennett Johnson put out on X, host of The View celebrated the targeting the president and administration officials because they fear the fear of having to hide under tables. These Globians have also used the same rhetoric against Trump that they will be something used in his manifestos. It is in, at some point, if you take a look at what this guy put in his manifestos, you can clearly see that these people use this language every single time. Some will do retractions, when forced by the producer, especially Sonia Hostin. Now, this lady actually put out a whole segment in his podcast, and she even repeated the same talking point on The View. I don't know if you've seen that clip. Take a look at this.
But now that room was full of some of the most important political leaders in the country right now.
Right.
Now they know, they've lived it in their own flesh, the fear that our school children go through. Yes. Now they know what it's like to have to jump under a table the way that school children jump under a desk. And we are a country that is vulnerable to this. We have now seen shootings in malls, in churches, in temples, in Walmart.
Yes. We saw it with the Republicans.
And so, I still don't understand how Congress took no action after Sandy Hook, after 20 children between the ages of 6 and 7 were. But maybe now that they have felt the fear themselves, they will do something.
But what I don't understand is how...
Jimmy's a comedian, and I would argue that Caroline Leavitt didn't mean shots should be fired, right? She was making a joke.
I will tell you, this speech tonight will be classic Donald J. Trump. It'll be funny, it'll be entertaining, there will be some shots fired tonight.
That a joke I made 3 days before this dinner had any effect on anything that happened, well, then maybe someone should look into this psychic lady, too.
This speech tonight will be classic.
She was making a joke. Fair enough. So I look at that side and go, well, jokes are jokes, but the rhetoric, I think, is a little dangerous, and we've seen it a lot lately.
It seems like on Saturday night there was an opportunity for a moment of unity between the press and the current administration. Do you have faith that might happen in the next couple of years?
I always have faith in the press. I always believe in it. I'm the son of a journalist, I believe in... I also think that you're not supposed to have a good relationship with government. You're supposed to be questioning them. The people that I support, right, the Democrats. I'm a Democrat. I make no apologies for it. The people that I support, Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, they didn't enjoy getting, chased down by reporters. You know, people in power don't like to, have to answer all the questions in the world. That's fair. They shouldn't enjoy it, and the reporters should make sure that they hold people's feet to the fire.
It was there.
Vice President was there.
We can't be talking about one person every single time just for a wrong reason. It is high time ABC do something about this. I'm not a fan of, calling to cancel people, but if you see someone doing this repeatedly, it's like he has not learned his lessons. The first time he did this, we saw how they almost pulled him off the air. And at some point, seeing Democrats struggling to say this was okay is something. I don't get it. I've watched Hollywood actors coming out to say, oh, this about Jimmy. Like what he said was just a joke. The most crazy part is when they take what Caroline Levitt said compared to what Jimmy said, like it's all the same thing. It was a joke. It gave me crazy. These are kind of comparisons they're struggling to bring. People should actually learn to make jokes without instigating people to harm others.
We're so f***ed in this country right now. We can't even pull off a dinner that shouldn't have existed in the first place.
What could it possibly be?
Well, they're running away from this story because they know they got their fingerprints all over it. I disagree with Harold. With all due respect, a call for unity is not for us. We don't need it.
He called for it, though.
No. I'm just saying that it's not for me to hear. It's for your side.
I don't know if Jimmy is taking this lightly. If something have happened to anyone in that room, I'm telling you the truth. A lot could have happened to Jimmy. Yeah, all fingers will be pointing at him. Now we are talking God so being kind to save everyone. But saying it before it happened is something that everyone should be concerned. If I tell you that, oh, so you knew about this, you have really nothing to say because you actually predicted that. There are certain kind of jokes you should not make. You should not even put it out on air because it will be used against you. Especially when it concerns a topic like this. You know what has happened to the president almost 3 times. You still want to make jokes relating to it means you actually have an agenda in you that we don't yet know, despite the pretense. Yeah, that is just my assumptions. Everybody would think the way I'm thinking. You can't say, no, that's wrong. I'm assuming that you have an agenda.
My sense is that Disney has no intention of breaking up with Jimmy Kimmel. Last time, this did not go well for Disney at first, right? Bill was just making reference to that. When Brendan Carr threatened those ABC stations, some of them pulled the plug, then ABC pulled the plug.
ABC's late-night host Jimmy Kimmel disgustingly called First Lady Melania Trump an expectant widow.
On Saturday night. In Kimmel's monologue, he pretends to be the master of ceremonies for the dinner, delivering jokes. Here's the one the White House is calling out.
The disgusting thing about this whole situation is that they are still real Democrats that are coming out to defend the guy. Like what he said is really okay. I don't get it. But I understand Democrat will always be Democrat. Yeah. So I think I'm going to end here. I want to appreciate people supporting, sharing out the videos. Please hit up the clips and share out. As of the social clips that end, that's for White House. You can always keep.
It was awesome. I literally took every minute of it in.
We were there and we heard shots.
He can stage this to get his goddamn ballroom, and he's
right now. Everybody in that room, as was noted by the press secretary, has his cell phone number, and lo and behold, he answers their call. No.
But, the president traditionally, this is why Trump, a lot of people say this is why he ran for president in the first place, because he was at the one where Obama just tore him a new asshole from the podium, and now he's going to get a chance.
Security officers, some of them climbing over the chairs in order to get through this room.
After shots were fired at the correspondent.
I'm going to end here. Thank you for watching. Please hit the video and share out. As of the social clips at the end, that is for the White algorithm. You can always keep
Eric Holder on, not that many.
But right now, they are under threat.
I think is damaging to Congress.
gerrymandering and ensure that in the midterms. And we're counting on you to help in.
Good evening to you. Plus creating a lot more
celebrating the win in yesterday's redistricting.
It's going to lose their congressional representation. How do you think?
Until the First Lady brought them back with her surprise statement last week.
How does this benefit?
I'm an actor.
I'm an actor.
Creative content.
Why are you not looking forward to the White House fight?
Well, it's kind of a gimmick.
I have 300.